Another season, another trash isekai that we can enjoy. It's just a tradition at this point to have a new isekai anime every single season. And while most of them flops after the first few episodes, there are always that few that are able to show us that isekais aren't just some repetitive trash. Okay, most of them are, but still. That with the right story, with the right writing, just like recently with Mushoku Tensei, it can turn into a masterpiece. The World's Finest Assassin is our newest isekai for this season, and it just genuinely surprised me with how enjoyable it is. I personally love watching isekais, so I know most of the time what to expect, and that's why it usually gets so boring after the first episode. Yet despite this anime's generic story, there were not a single moment where I felt bored. The best thing this anime did is that it never told us who is the main character. It never told us who will get teleported into another world until the very last minute. The anime starts with a really heavy scene that you can't really put anywhere at the start, but later on it will become really important to us. It just shows us what we have to deal with in this world, and it foreshadows a future event, yet doesn't tell us much. Talking about the heavy scene, they attack villages and kidnap all the girls, and the anime literally starts with them trying to sell them to nobles. Literally human trafficking. It's surely a way to start out the anime, but damn. Well, anyway, the focus is on these assassins and the way they dealt with this situation. As I said, it doesn't really tell us anything but just foreshadows 3 possibly important characters from this world. In the middle of this mission, we get the cleanest transition ever into our own world. We finally meet our main character, who has to be the most interesting person to get isekai'd. It's a pretty normal occurrence in isekais to have a main character that is a useless incel. But not this time. We have Mr. Cool here who just assassinated 6 people. Doesn't give a fuck about the rest cause they only paid him for 6. Gets followed by planes, tanks. They blow him up and he gets isekai'd. Nah, psych! He knew that would happen the whole time. So he sets up a trap where it looks like he's still shooting from the car, even though he's not even inside it. Then threatens his assistant and just tells her that he could just shoot her at any moment to get rid of all the evidence. Then when she threatens him back, he already took out all the bullets. All of this on his day of retirement, just to get assassinated on a plane. Imagine being the world's finest assassin, just to get assassinated by your own organization. When he gets isekai'd, it's just filled with a ton of references from other isekais, and I love it. His soul gets summoned by a goddess that gives him 2 options. He can either wipe all of his memories and reborn as a stranger, or he can keep his memories where he will be reborn in another world and has 18 years to assassinate the hero. But he has to wait 16 years until the hero defeats the Demon Lord. They really didn't care to give name to all of these people. After that, the hero will plunge the world into chaos, which destroys the world in 18 years. By the way, the goddess told us all of this while having a tea. It's almost like we've seen that scene before. Now all I'm wondering about is what is in that tea. He obviously chooses to keep his memories, so the goddess allow him to choose his own abilities. Basically allowing him to be as OP as possible while also letting him born in a family that make their living as assassins. The setting of this world feels really similar to Mushoku Tensei, and I feel like that's what makes it so generic, yet so great at the same time. We continue with his new life when he's 7, and obviously thanks to his past life, he is basically perfect. He can hunt, he can cook, but he doesn't know what's most important to defeat the hero: to use magic. So the most unexpected thing happens. He gets a mentor that thinks he is too young for magic while she also looks super young but the top mage of this world. It's almost like this exact scene happened before. Despite all this generic stuff, I didn't feel bored. I enjoyed every second of the show, and I just want more. The story has a great straightforward build-up, with an interesting story. Yes, it's filled with things that we already seen in other animes, but is it wrong to use whatever worked before? It's so far perfect for me, and if it can keep up this quality of writing and the world build-up, it can be one of the best animes of this year.